Did you know this existed? I didn't. So this is a Ford Mustang McLaren M81. So in 1980, Ford partnered with McLaren to create this car. It started out as a prototype, and then it came to reality. They stated that they were going to build 249 of them. Long story short, excuse me, it only ended up that there were 10 built. So, and 7 of them were actually painted this bright orange color called bittersweet orange. So this car started as a 1980 Fox body Cobra with a 2.3 liter turbocharged with a 4-speed manual. The engine and trans were disassembled and rebuilt by McLaren in Liviana, I hope that's how you pronounce it, Michigan. And then it was put back together and built with a Garret T3 Turbocharger with variable boost control. So the car ended up making 175 horsepower. It could max out about 190 according to them, if they really pushed it, and it had about 145 foot-pounds of torque. So you're probably thinking, oh, that's not much. So, and it might not seem like much, but for the time, that was really good. I'd probably say it probably has more, well, no, we're not going to even go there. The 0 to 60 was under 10 seconds. And that's crazy to think that now, I think the Ford GTs, the 2020, I think they do it in under 5 seconds, if I remember right. So that's pretty crazy. As I said, there was only 10 of them built. 7 were this color. And I actually like the orange, in my personal opinion. So the reason they only built 10 is because they ended up being too expensive for people. The original MSRP was $25,000, which is around $75,000 today, and by far not one of the crazier prices. But I think a lot of people are say that that's pretty crazy for a 4-cylinder. Me and Devin were joking about it. It's kind of like the modern day, of its time. It's kind of like the EcoBoost equivalent, except for it had a lot of nicer things. So it ended up being a flop because it was just too expensive for the market. So it is what it is. It had a body kit on it, Recaro seats, a Remark steering wheel, a Stewart-Warner instrumental gauge. I hope I pronounced this right. A Koni suspension, Koni. They upgraded the brakes. I couldn't find what they upgraded the brakes to. So if anybody knows, leave that in the comments below. They ended up going with a Firestone HPR tire, which I think, if I remember right, Ford ended up breaking up its partnership with Firestone in the 90s over some Ford Explorers flipping. And then it had a roll bar built into it. So it was a standard like bolt-on roll bar, like your standard 4-point, like what we put in Devin's car, I believe. Overall, I mean, I think it's a pretty unique car. I did find that one sold in 2016. It was actually this one right here. It sold with Barrett Jackson, I believe is what the company's name was. But sold in 2016. The car only had 524 miles on it. So, like, no miles whatsoever. And it sold for $36,250. Which I think I expected it to go for more. And I think they expected it to go for more too. But at the end of the day, it's not one of the more iconic Mustangs that people know a lot about. And it's definitely not the most powerful, but I think it's definitely unique in its own sort of way. For somebody who's looking to have, kind of like somebody like me who wants to have a conversation starter when you go to a car show, this is a conversation starter right here. Like, what is that? Where did that come from? Why does it say McLaren on the dash? So, definitely a conversation piece in my opinion. But anyways, guys, let me know what you think down below. Would you buy this car back in 1980 would you have bought this car if it was around, at that point in time for what is equivalent to $75,000 today. Like, when you have bought it, would you buy it now, being worth, we're just going to say $37,000? I don't know. I'm curious to see what you guys think. Y'all have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe if y'all haven't already. Y'all hustle harder.